Greetings, Georgia. Can you tell me what it's been like for you in your transition of being an artist in your home country to an artist in the United States?
Very, eye-opening, because I came from, kind of like the DIY punk scene of Australia, and, Australia's, the size of North America with the population of, LA County. So everyone, knows each other, and there's, so few people. And then coming here, it's so massive and different, and the industry works in kind of a different way. I've had to learn a lot.
Tell me about the transition from being in a group to being a solo artist.
I wasn't speaking as Georgia Maq. I was speaking on behalf of the Camp Cope collective. And so going from that to then being by yourself, it's really scary. But I started off as a solo artist, and then I started a band. It felt like a whole lot of pressure was taken off. And now the pressure's kind of back on, because I'm speaking on behalf of myself and representing myself and trying to figure out who I am now without a band.
Who were some of your biggest influences in the early days, and who is influencing you now?
I can't even remember who I used to listen to back then. Artists and bands that no one had ever heard of. Just my friends and people who I'd play shows with, smaller artists. There was this great artist called Hanny J. She was from Brisbane, and then she joined this punk band on bass. But she had an incredible solo project that I found really inspiring, because she just wrote, she was really good at guitar, and I remember listening to her and wanting to be like her. With Camp Cope, my old band, I would listen to a lot of Bikini Kill and Pavement, and now I listen to, I think my favorite artist right now, and will be for the rest of my life, is Jason Isbell. I love his songwriting, I love his production, and yeah, I have been listening to AI music lately. It's called Girly Girl Productions, and it's just the stupidest music you've ever heard. And it's just about being a girl, and they sing a lot about cocaine. But it's just AI. So whoever put in the prompts is a genius, because they've created these really dumb songs. But I love listening to them because it's just funny. I don't think AI will ever be able to write a song like Jason Isbell, but I don't think Jason Isbell will ever be able to write a song like Girly Girl Productions' AI project. So I don't know, there's good to, I don't know, every side has a good thing that they have.
Do you feel currently that you're almost carrying the torch for the Riot Girl movement?
No. That's not me, I don't think. I think that Camp Cope had a time and a place, and Camp Cope did something that needed to be done, especially in Australia, in regards to the representation of women in music. But yeah, we had our time, we said our little bit, we contributed a tiny little piece to the big overall story of representation in music. We contributed a tiny bit. And now I feel I don't know, I feel Enya a bit, but instead of moving to a castle and being a recluse, I've moved to LA and started line dancing.
Can you tell me more about the line dancing? How did you get into it?
When I first moved here, my friend brought me to this night called Stud Country, which is a queer line dancing night at Club Bahia in Echo Park. It was really hard and really embarrassing for the first year of doing it, and then something kind of clicks, and then you kind of start understanding how line dances are structured. And there's really something beautiful about everyone in a big group doing a synchronized dance and adding their own flair to it. And it just feels like a really beautiful space to be in, especially in this political climate. I feel like queer people really benefit from the line dancing space, because there's just so much happiness.
Do you see this as uniquely American, or do you notice a parallel in Australia?
Okay, so there's a really unique line dance that only Australians do to a Tina Turner song called the Nutbush. And it was a dance invented by school teachers like decades ago to like get kids to like move and exercise and involve music in it. So they created the Nutbush. And that's like a really unique line dance to Australia. But I didn't dance for probably 20 years. From like the Nutbush and school disco to like 2 years ago, I don't think I really ever like danced. So line dancing has really brought something out of me. I've become like a bit of a monster. It's like, it's kind of addictive. Australia, they had last year, or like the year before, they like beat the world record of having the most people in one place do the Nutbush, but it's like they weren't really competing against anyone but themselves. But yeah, it's like an Australian line dance. So that kind of probably started the love for it for me that I then ignored for 20 years and then rediscovered through line dancing in LA. I was like a teenager, early 20s, you're still like figuring out like what's cool and how to move. And then, yeah, I don't know, started line dancing and it changed my life.
What is it about America and Los Angeles that pulls so many Aussie musicians over here?
So it's the shortest flight, I think. Like you can get a direct flight from Australia to LA. And then I think people just are too exhausted from that flight, so they just stay here. I don't know, ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to like live in LA and go to Hollywood and like, you know, look at the Walk of Fame and like the sign on the hills and stuff like that. Like it was very like romantic to me from a really young age. Like I always just had such a love and fascination with America. I don't know what it is. Like when I was in high school, I wanted to do like the exchange program so that I could go to like an American high school, but I never did that. But I wanted to, like I really wanted to. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like there's just like more opportunity here for music. Like Australia is like very small and like I've toured Australia so many times and you could tour Australia in like 1 week, whereas like in America, it would take like 6 weeks to cover like the whole thing. So yeah, there's more opportunity here, I believe.
Tell me the story about Tropical Lush Dice. How did it come to be?
I still don't really know what the song is about. I think it's just about me moving to LA and like vaping and like driving around in my car, listening to LCD Sound System and vaping. And that's the feeling that I had when I wrote that song. But like the song itself is very cool. Like my friend Paul Cartwright plays violin on it and he's like one of the most incredible violinists in the entire world. Like he's played on like Ray and like he's just everywhere. If you look at like the violin credits of any song with violin, like it's probably him. And then Nick Zinner from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs mixed it as well, which is like a really cool thing. Like he did such a beautiful job. So I really like the song. I think it sounds really nice.